Yo, 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 yo. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We got a real exciting race for you here today. We've got HDlax going up against Jovin 4 as part of the winner semifinals. Winner of this gets to go up against Pablo, the top seed in the tournament.
Yes, sir.
I am Flair. I'm joined by my co-host Bliss today, and we're going to be experiencing our best friends playing this game to their fullest extent.
Who do you think is going to win?
I'm not sure, man. This is going to be a real close one. You know, HD has been... I know that HD might come in as a little bit of an underdog here, considering Jovin just recently got tournament record, but I would say that this match is actually about as even as it's going to get.
I completely agree with you, but I will say RNG-wise, knowing HD, he's not getting ER. He's not getting tech skip. So...
Yeah, there's going to be some interesting things going on with that once we get towards those parts of RNG, but I definitely feel like knowing HD's RNG, it's going to be a little bit of an interesting run, because there may just be some really unlucky things we'll witness, but we'll see what happens, because Jovin could get just as bad RNG, and it could be really, really close.
That being said, the curse could just end here. Maybe HD gets a 53. Who knows?
Yeah, looks like
they're starting.
Delay.
So, going straight into the run, they should be hopefully no issues. We just need to get the little delay fixed, but there's not really much to say on Area 1 other than just Chauncey 1 cycle is the biggest thing. I mean, doubles are important for saving like half a second here, half a second there, but it's really going to come down to Chauncey 1 cycle for the lead. And that's if somebody hits it, right?
Exactly, because the thing about Chauncey 1 cycle is you miss it, that's 30 seconds right there. If your opponent gets it, that already creates a ginormous lead for your opponent. So it's always about either both you miss it and the race stays close, or both of you get it and the race stays close.
Right.
And the other thing too with Area 1 is, you know, the thing that the runners are trying to avoid is actually making a mistake, because that can set them back quite a few seconds. And you know, even though Area 1 is a simple few rooms with some simple ghost sets, missing a setup or having ghosty spawns does end up adding a lot of time to how much you're losing. So hopefully these runners don't have any of those happen. We would not like to see those big mistakes.
I thought HD was going to chest glitch there. He always has some really strange angles on chests. Like, he's always on the sides. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it must be muscle memory of just like, well, I'm gonna be here, but as long as I input up, I won't chest glitch.
Right. Oh, it didn't look like Jovin pushed the purple puncher into the bottom wall, but HD did. And great animations from both of them. That is rough. See how Jovin pushes these? Dang, man, he does it so wide. I'm terrified to go for that.
Ooh, spawns a poison mushroom, but he should be okay. So does HD, also spawns a poison mushroom.
Yeah, HD's a little struggling a little bit. He was standing in the wrong spot. He was too far up, so the second garbage ghost just didn't spawn. But hopefully he just shakes off all the jitters in Area 1 and hits Chauncey 1 cycle. In Area 2, it really takes off. Honestly, I think it really comes to like Area 3 when a big difference is made in times, because there's so much RNG. It feels like no matter how well you play, Clairvoyant split, it's so easy to lose 20-30 seconds because of bad RNG.
A1 hallway is a real rough one, and it's one of the many gauntlets of the no out of bounds route in terms of how much time you can save or lose over your opponent, or even over your own runs. But even then, like, there's still some things that can happen early in Area 2 or kind of around the mid to late section of Area 2 that can kind of sway the way the lead works, depending on if mistakes are made or depending on how RNG kind of lends itself.
Right. I mean, HD's not far behind, but he would have reset this run if it was just going for a world record, right?
Probably.
Area 1 mistakes are just not allowed to happen when you're going for world record.
Oh yeah.
Did either of them get a lightning strike there? I didn't notice.
You know, I wasn't paying attention to that.
Okay. I'm always interested to see how people set up their Laser Crusader, because I've noticed that there is like seconds of difference that you can get with the rocking horse if you do it a certain way. I can't tell you what that way is, I just know that like hitting it at the right time, because if you're moving and trying to adjust to make sure you're not in the zone for Chauncey's text to come up, it will kind of like reset the rocking horse if you keep moving.
Hmm. I did not know that.
So we're coming up here on A1 boss, Chansey. There is a one-frame trick that they're going to have to try to hit. They're going to R-pump, which is where they let go of R and press it down as basically the next frame after. And I think it's like, what is it, 2 or 3 frames that we have? I could be wrong.
I think it's a 2-frame window.
Okay, and if they do that at the perfect timing, they're going to use an audio cue of him crying. It's going to allow us to one-cycle this bad boy. Which, this was the last ghost in the game that we found a one-cycle for, which is kind of silly because he's like one of the easiest ghosts in the game.
Jovin's going to get Chauncey one cycle, getting the regrab. HD is not going to get it, so that's going to put HD already half a minute behind of Jovin. Is going to pull out of here with a 520 Chauncey key, which is, well, it looks like only a second off whatever PB he's comparing against.
Yeah, I want to say 519 is typically what 519, 518 is what they're trying to hit.
But I wouldn't count HD out of this just yet. If that match that Pablo had yesterday is any telltale sign of missing Chauncey one cycle and saving time up, then that could happen. You know, that race was kind of crazy the other day against Red for Pablo, where Red actually got that Chauncey one cycle, Pablo did not, but then Pablo pretty much caught up right away. And if Jovin were to get some bad RNG and HD gets some good RNG, that could give HD more of a chance to bring the lead back in his favor.
You never know, man. I mean, it's as simple as HD getting ER and tech skip, and that saves him, 20 seconds on Jovin if he doesn't get it. But it's a lot of ifs, you know?
Yeah.
You just never know. There's too much RNG in this game, and I question some days why I play it, but I keep coming back to it. There's really not too much to say on this part of the game. I mean, HD's in a cutscene, but Jovin's just going to be walking down a hallway for the next 10 seconds. Gonna do a quick double here. I doubt he goes for Zircon's fast strat here, but...
I actually think he does go for Zircon. I think he does go for TAS. Yeah, he's going to go for TAS double here.
Okay.
So yeah, that's actually, it looks deceptively easy. It's very difficult to go for that strat, because more often than not, you might mess it up to where that grabber on the right side, you don't actually get the full stun, and you only stun the one in front of you on the left side. So it does lose some time, obviously, if you do get grabbed and miss the stun. But Joe's able to get that, and it is a bit faster than the traditional way of doing it, which I don't know if HD goes for TAS double, but we'll see once he sets up towards the wall if he actually goes for TAS double or not. Joe's going to go for 6-piece here.
When I was trying to learn it, it was very, very inconsistent for me, but I'm just not built like they are. Beautiful 6-piece from Jovin.
Very nice 6-piece McNugget meal there for Jovin. HD went for the traditional double there in that room where he actually lined up on the left side of the room instead of doing it from the middle. Jovin's actually going to miss ER, so there's potential here for HD to make up about 10 seconds, assuming he gets ER.
Okay. He's got to get 6-piece first, though. 6-piece is easy, but it is also easy to make a mistake on this.
I agree with that. Although, I think it's kind of interesting from my perspective because having come into Luigi's Mansion kind of late in terms of its life, 6-piece is already a thing. So I never learned doubles, and I straight up just learned 6-piece from actually I think your tutorial, believe it or not.
Really?
But like, it is very interesting to make learning it. There's all kinds of mistakes you can make. And so HD's not going to get the ER, so they both missed it. HD is still just about half a minute behind a Jovin, who's going to get, I think, a mid OX boo release here. Might actually get a 910.
I want to say typically he's shooting for like 858, 850, or like 855, I think is a really, really good run, but...
Yeah, that's like an insane run. Okay, 911 there for Jovin. We'll see where HD goes, and then we can get a better idea of like exactly how much this pace is.
I want to say it's about 35 seconds, but... So all the boos are being released, which means the game gets so much more fun.
Oh.
What'd you say it was for Jovin? 911, so... HD's... Yeah. It's like, what, 45 seconds?
It's a 9:54, so yeah, just about 44 seconds. With ER, that would have been a really good time for Jovin there if he actually got that. If he got that ER, that would have been a 901, which is still pretty good for boo release time.
Right. And not that I don't want Jovin not to get this, but also I want this to be a good race, so...
Yeah.
So Jovin did not get...
Well, Jovin's gonna miss out on text kib. He spawned in, he walked in the room, lump in the table. Most cases, when runners get the lump in the table, they'll check that last, because they want to still get the text skip set up, and they're gonna hope that wherever the decoy is actually the boo, and instead Jovin there, boo is in the table lump, so he has to search that. HD going for the JGZ manip there. You could see him call for Mario. Is not going to get him no lump at the table, but it might still get him the boo and the text skip setup.
Okay. That's a little bit of a pullback for him. Saves him about, what, 8 seconds?
Yeah, I believe so. Something around there. Good for HD. Perfect boo RNG in here. Does not get it, but still gets a pretty good second read. Worst case would be it on the left side, and then an even riskier thing would happen if he would just switch. But H is going to get that boo in the middle there and going to walk right into wardrobe. Looks like he's going to get a decent read as well. Oh.
See what his RNG is here. He just knew. Pretty good.
Really nice read from Jovin there.
Think HD goes for boo double?
That is a Jovin exclusive strat, and Jovin even had the RNG. It looks like they both might have the RNG for it. Well, Jovin did, but it's not like he was going to go for it in a race. It's a very, very risky strat. It'd be crazy if he went for boo double and just missed it.
Oh, that would be the end of the race, hands down. He'd be like a minute and a half behind at that point, or maybe a minute if he's lucky.
It'd be catastrophic.
But yeah, pretty similar RNG, so...
Yeah, they both got the same ballroom RNG with that boo, being in the right side on the left chair. HD maybe needing to look here for a special little thing called Butley Mouse Bless. We'll see if he gets it. See if our buddy Big Max gives Butley Mouse a little call for a little bless.
Jovin's gonna set up some doubles here. Typically, the biggest worry in this room is just the boo leaving. I mean, it really shouldn't happen. but sometimes there's just some bull crap that happens and you have to put up with it. I still to this day have instances where I lose this boo, but he didn't get the instant spawn, so he should be just fine.
Yeah, there are some times where that boo could actually spawn, and then first thing it does is dart left and leaves the room back into Clairvoyance. So that's kind of the worst case scenario, although that's a really rare occurrence. I've pretty much only seen that happen like once or twice, but it does happen.
See if HD gets the fast RNG here. Looks like he potentially... Nope.
Gets the other candlestick though, so thankfully he doesn't have to search the painting in this room.
Oh, for sure. That boo was ready to go.
Yeah, unlocking a heart there.
I'm not 100% sure. Oh, he did get Butley Mouse, so good for Joe.
Good for Jovin getting Butley Mouse. I was hoping HD would get it. We'll see if he could still get it. There's another opportunity or so for him to get it right here.
Just so y'all know, the mouse that we're talking about, that little gold mouse there, it does not affect anything. It's just a good omen, you know?
Jovin here setting up the hat for the laundry room treasure chest cutscene skip via Mario's hat. Once Jovin finishes his double, he's going to grab that hat, and then ideally he should skip the treasure chest animation here, and he's going to do that.
Beautiful.
Going to open the chest so when he goes back into that room later, it doesn't give him the animation again. And he played that really well because he gets in here and does everything before the butler's even ready to be put into that vacuum. Ooh. Decent RNG here for Jovin.
Ooh, that's
Oh!
scary.
That was really scary. Jovin had some pearls there and had that auto lock, and that boo almost went right into hidden.
Yeah, that book is honestly pretty forgiving, but with the pearls there, it's still really easy to drop that. There's a lot of bats there. Oh, he does it in a way so they don't come down till late. That's beautiful.
I wonder if he always does it like that, or if that's like a little backup he did on the fly to try and get those bats not to come down so early.
HD getting pretty good RNG there. Pearls are not in the way. Let's see if Jovin can set up this tech skip. Not set up, but actually hit it. The boo ball is going to make it a little bit harder, but he's just better.
Grabs on early. Ooh, he got it. Nice. So Michael T00 has awoken from his slumber as a result of Laundry Tech Skip.
If you noticed in HD's hidden room, he actually just got rid of all the bats, so they were not a problem. You really have to worry about them hitting you and messing up the quad suck up there.
HD should be saving a little bit of time there over Jovin. He actually got the same RNG as Jovin in Butler Room and set it up a little bit better to where he was away from the pearl, so he wouldn't auto-lock onto them right away. And then got best RNG in Hidden. When he gets his tech skip, which it looks like he will, HD's having a little bit of a cleaner A2 so far than Jovin. Jovin having just a little bit of like RNG stuff happening, but this is what HD wants, is these little things happening over the course of this run that make up a little bit more time, and kind of hoping that Jovin either gets some bad RNG or makes some sort of crucial mistake that ends up putting this lead a little bit more into his favor. At least HD's trying to get this back a little bit and make this race a little bit closer.
The RNG's looking like it could be pretty good for Jovin. It's far left. Not too far.
It looks like, yeah, it looks like HD got water. I think I'm wrong, actually.
About to say, how can you tell that just from watching?
Okay, I was wrong. Well, according to Red, and it's true, there are actually like some slight variations in the animations based on which song she plays.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
So, like, yeah, there are some certain phrases that are like, she'll stick to one part of the piano for certain phrases, where in Water it doesn't necessarily look like that. So at least you know what? At least the developers of this game were actually thinking about the little things when it came to Melody playing those songs, and the fact that even though they might not be the exact right notes, at least they're in the right place.
Right. So Jovin just got a switch here, and it doesn't look like he's in the washers, so... But he still has the RNG for it, which is good to set up this tech skip.
Nice.
Beautiful.
The tech skip's kind of scuffed because you have to pull that cloth off. You have to spend a little bit more time pulling that cloth off, but at the same time, to actually get the tech skip, to the table from the top side to get it.
HD having the best RNG for it. So maybe HD can just save a second here and there, and if the RNG works out that way and could come back like that, it might not even take some, you know, gigantic slip up or RNG type of mistake from Jovin.
Jovin nailing the task double, the other task double in this part of the game, which is in the graveyard. Same kind of thing can happen with that bathroom task double from earlier, where you can miss one of the stunts, but Jovin's able to get that and makes that a really clean setup. It's a really clean strat. It's definitely, if you can get it, it's definitely much nicer than having to do the traditional way where you set up from the left side of that gravestone and just having to kind of pray that the middle skeleton kind of cooperates with you. HD's also going to get it, so really nice from both runners. That is true. There is a rare soft lock when approaching this cutscene here for Bogmire. Although, I don't really know how that happens. Like, I know that it exists, I just don't really know how that happens. If, Pharaoh, you know actually how that works.
Yeah, I've got no...
Or, like, why that happens. I just know it happens, because I've been told about it before, but I've not seen it.
I've never personally had it happen to me, so... I think it was it last year when, maybe 2 years ago, I don't know, I'm kind of losing track of time here, but there was a race between Flauk and Pablo, where Pablo soft-locked in Hidden Room, and it was like 5 minutes he got set back.
Yeah, that race, I remember that race. Yeah, I always get worried, when Pablo does Butler Room and Hidden Room, because I always just think in the back of my mind, like, don't soft-lock, man, just don't do it. Anything but that. But yes, that's right, Pharaoh. Now I remember. That does sound very familiar, where if you slide off as the cutscene starts playing, you get soft locked. I do remember that.
I'm surprised I've never had that happen to me, because I feel like I slide off a lot.
I think you have to do it. It's like a very specific like way to do that, and then
wait, is it sliding
just kind of
off like,
fucks
the
up.
sides of it, not the actual like steps or whatever?
I think so.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't do that.
But yeah, it's definitely much easier to get I would say it's much easier to get that hidden room back to Butler Room softlock and vice versa, because that's really just what happens if you enter the mouse at the same time that you finish the boost suck up, and Luigi just gets stuck in between the rooms and you're doomed.
Jovin is going to be entering Area 3 here, and I mean, there's not too much going on. Get a little cutscene. He's going to grab the letter from Mario and ignore Biff. I don't know. Maybe he's feeling real good. He might even give Biff a little kiss, you know.
Save warp there. No, if you get soft locked going into hidden room or vice versa, you're just doomed. You have to like reset to wherever you last saved. You can't save warp from that boo. Or are we talking about something else? No, because when you that doesn't happen, because when
standing up in
get
the walls, so the text
right.
even happens. It's like Luigi's just holding the Game Boy.
But like the whole thing about doing that strat is to skip the EGAT call anyways. Anyways, neither of the runners went for what Red calls the best try in the game, which is a stumble skip into the well. Not many people know about it. Huh, maybe there is one. I just know that generally speaking, I think if you do get it, you're kind of screwed. Because I remember Pablo, when Pablo got it and lost that race against Flauk a couple years back, like he reset, or well, he had a, you know, obviously like he didn't reset the run, but he quit out and had to go to the last save, which was just after Fire Warp, so he had to redo that whole section.
Right.
Which was why he lost that match.
Jovin going for the ceiling strat there, which I need to learn that. It's really probably not that hard. It's just another thing I don't want to learn, but... Alright, so no early boo there for Jovin. It can be kind of scary if that boo is in the chest and you spawn him, because you can kind of get bonked or knocked into the ice medallion, and then that boo is gone, but... Worst RNG for Jovin, but if he drags this correctly, he should have no issue whatsoever getting this tech skip.
Oh! Jovin! No! He lost it!
Alright, that gives HD an opportunity to save a little bit of time. Jovin is going to have to find 2 boos in Nana, and there's not going to be a tech skip there.
Wow. I was honestly going to bring up the fact that I think Jovin has actually lost that boo to getting bonked into the ice medallion before. I don't know if in a tournament match or something recently, but that's really unfortunate. He tried continuing to drag that boo at the very end, and he just lost the grip he had on it, and that really sucks. That boo's at 2 HP too. Really unfortunate for Jovin. This is a really great opportunity though for HD to make up some time, as he's already got that boo, and Jovin has to search for 2 boos now in this room.
So Jovin entered Nana at 25-12. Well, I guess we should do Nana exit because the boo's still there, right?
Either that, or I don't know, just look at their moonshots. I didn't even pay attention to their Bogmeyer key, so I don't even know how far their lead was apart out of A2, and HD was kind of saving all that time.
Jovin's getting pretty average RNG on that boo, but... Wait, he hasn't gotten the other one yet, right? Or am I tripping?
No, he still needs to find T-Room Boo in here.
He's probably hoping for a switch here during the text.
Definitely.
Because if he runs
worst case scenario,
and it switches, that's
yeah,
terrible.
that's worst case scenario.
It didn't switch. Oh, it's gonna switch now. Okay, now he's fine.
Okay. He is good. I'm guessing he thought the boo switched already, because I don't know why he rechecked right side.
So 26.
Unless maybe he was thinking that while he was going to right side, the boo would maybe switch to right side. That could have been what happened.
Right. Let's see. We're looking at about a 20-second difference here. Okay, about 19 seconds.
Jovin not missing candles there, so no one has to point out the fact that he missed a candle.
What are you talking about, man? All those candles are out.
Gosh dang it, Jovin. Very nice triple setup there for Jovin. It's a good first. It's a good read for Jovin. This room could be tough, obviously, because this boo can be in any one of the objects in this room, including all 5 of the candlesticks. So it can be rough to read, but Jovin's able to get that first try, no decoy, and so he doesn't have to try and figure out where the boo is. HD's gonna get the decoy, but it looks like he's
fast.
Yeah, pretty quick second read.
Coming up on a little skill shot here. Really not hard to do at all. The setup is, well, not the setup, but the positioning is pretty easy to find, and he nails it dead center.
Boom. But just hearing Red's voice, Jovin, the most insane thing I've ever seen you do. This was like the other day when Jovin was running 100%. And Jovin just like bullseye moonshot, and Red was just so impressed, and it was just so funny to hear Red just like be really impressed about that for a minute. It was cool. HD also gonna get a pretty solid moonshot there.
I got 2 more Mario items to get, and we should be getting them here in the next few minutes. And then we get to go to Mash City. Curious to see how far HD drags the star. Technically, it is slower to like drag the star across there because the speed that Luigi has when the vacuum is out, actually sucking, it's a little bit slower than just using the element. The element is the same speed as walking for whatever reason. Yeah, it's still relatively close. I wouldn't count HD out yet at all. I mean, it only takes one bad mistake from Jovin here to give HD a little bit more, to close that gap a little bit.
Could you? I mean, this race could still even be like this lead could still be the same for the rest of this race, and it could just come down to QB one cycle. There's still plenty of opportunities for. Yeah, I mean, like we're about to come up on Area 1 hallway here as soon as Jovin is done here with projection room, assuming he doesn't do a billiards room mirror warp to anger Pablo when he watches this later.
Interesting.
He should be good though.
He drew a little bit before. Ooh, no funny text, but that's alright. If you can grab that glove after sucking up the boo and walk into it with the little bit of time that you have, you can actually have that text come up as you spawn back into the mansion. And it saves a little bit of time on the animation there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you actually skip the Luigi. You actually skip the Luigi animation for picking up the glove, or for like getting the glove, and so when you actually walk into the glove, EGAT just calls you right away. And so for some reason that stores the text, but I think it's kind of neat that it does that. It looks like HD's going to try to go for it, does not get it.
Alright, so Jovin's A1 hallway. The reason it's so crucial, this Area 1 hallway, is that after the 15th boo, all the boos start to have RNG text, and there can be an 8-second text, or there can be a very, very short text, so you just kind of have to get lucky.
Depending on how these boxes are set up, Jovin will probably be going for twins double, but kind of depends on the boxes. I'm pretty sure he'll just be going for it though, regardless. Unless it's just like one really, really bad setup he's just not gonna go for.
I've never seen him
HD already getting boned on text. It's not a good start for HD's RNG for the rest of this run, already getting really bad long text there.
He's not gonna be
right
able
off
to
the
do
ripper.
it. Oh, he's so lucky.
Wow, that was insanely close for Jovin. He was almost about to get run over there by Henry.
Might be an opportunity for HD to save 5 or 6 seconds here. I want to say it's about 5 or 6. Ew, that boo is ready to go.
I think HD's gonna go for it.
Oh yeah.
You can see him aiming the vacuum up. He's gonna get Orville off first, and then once Orville's off, he's gonna get Henry off the car, and then he'll grab both of them here at the same time. He's gonna have a really clean setup here. Oh my goodness gracious, look at this.
This is scary. This is... Oh my gosh. So yeah, if you get them at the same exact time like that, it's pretty... It's not hard to lose them. As someone who drops them all the time, trust me. I'd typically try to get at least like 20-30 HP off of Orville, but, you know, it technically is slower. Alright, so Jovin's headed to Mash City here, and while HD's finishing up this hallway. No Sarianok?
Sorry, Anak. Oof, HD getting really rough RNG here in the master bedroom. So HD here is gonna be, it looks like he's gonna be about 50 seconds behind at this clairvoyant entry, almost 50 seconds. Yeah, it looks like about 46 seconds. That's 44. No. Yes.
About
44. Yeah, 44 seconds.
Which is a pretty big difference, but again, I mean, anything can happen. Maybe Jovin will just have to get the urge to run to the restroom and just say, screw it, I'll just go now, you know? And HD will close that gap.
Who knows? Jovin could get out of bounds ice in Bulasas. You have no idea. There's so many things that can happen here if they were to happen that could lose Jovin a bunch of time if they were to happen.
Yeah, boost switch there. He figured that out pretty quickly. Very, very smoothly avoiding that boo ball and keeping it just far enough away from the door so that it doesn't block him in. Maybe he just forgets ice.
It just forgets ice.
It's
just
happened
walks
before,
right
right?
past T room.
There was one year where that happened in a tournament.
I don't remember who.
I just know there's a clip. And looks like the boo is going to be in the table here for him. Oh no, it was already. He got it. Almost getting hit by them bomber ghosts there. I'm not sure what the official name of those guys is.
I'm not sure either. I literally only know the names of the ghosts that you deal with in rooms that you're actually supposed to clear, and not the hallway ghosts. Like I think the only one I know is the ceiling surprise.
The ones. Ooh, okay, Jovin missing that, but it is possible that they both spawn on the right, and he did not get that.
That's so incredibly rare, by the way. I know that you got that the other day because that shit was crazy.
Dude,
that was
crazy
the other day.
More often than people would think. I mean, I think we can kind of manipulate it in a way. But
what would happen if Joe and soft walked there just now? How crazy would that have been?
You can get out. There's a way to get out from the top, I believe.
I don't know. I feel like I remember Jared trying to get out of there one time and that didn't happen, or somebody tried to get out of there one time and it didn't happen.
I am very confident that there's a way to get out, but I don't know the exact maneuver. But I was gonna say though, the ones that are like in the courtyard, those are called flying fish. It doesn't make sense to me, but
they don't look like fish, but I know they are flying.
Well, they're ghosts. Wow, that is unfortunate switch too.
Well, like I know you can mirror warp out of there, but like I remember somebody trying to mirror warp and like they just could not scan the mirror to save their life. Could have been. It might have been you. I don't know. It was either you or like Jared or somebody who, within at least the last like 2 years, like was just doing that. Oh, using the boot, dude. That's actually. That's not. You know what? I like that call. That makes so much sense.
Right,
using the boot to save warp there.
Setting up.
Anyways,
hopefully for a 15 boo eye shot. Wow.
Looks like he gets. He went for the double eye shot, which some people say not to do, but Jovin went for it there. I think he got 12 there, and then with the second shot, got 2 others, and then sprayed down the last one. So solid Bulasas there for Jovin. HG gonna hope to have something similar, if at least not catastrophic,
Maybe he goes for half court trying to save some time, but that's a really risky way to
That's a very risky strat. I don't know if I've ever seen HT go for half court. He might have when it first came out, but I don't think he's done it since. It's kind of interesting how half court was kind of a thing for like a month or whatever.
All right, cleanup here is not looking great.
Oh, he's gonna be able to make that work. Very nice. So the initial spray wasn't in his favor, but is able to make that back up without losing that first cycle. So not the worst, but definitely not what he was hoping for.
Yeah, HD's boost swap timer has been very unfortunate. It's interesting because after running this game long enough, it feels like the boost spawn timer is almost set up so that if you play really well, it works out well in your favor. The best example I have is like, well, maybe I'm just perfectly slow enough for this, but when it comes to kitchen boo, like I typically get a switch right as the room lights up, you know? And that gives me some insight as to whether or not he's in the cloth or if he just switched to the washing machine there. Or sorry, dishwasher, not washing machine. But Jovin's coming up on Blackout. We're hoping for a speedy Grimly, but you never know. He's a grumpy old man. He does not like to show his heart all the time.
What you have to do is you usually have to compliment his pants, and sometimes he's just like really, really like he just feels really happy about that sometimes, and other times he just does not care.
In my experience, any compliment, just instant heart. When I was a kid, I knew how the mirrors in this game worked, but I just never knew that there was a mirror in, what's it called? Safari.
In Safari.
So I just struggled my way all the way down to the basement. Oh, they're gonna high five in the door here in the hallway.
Right there.
Alright. He's gonna go for Pathag skip here. Pretty clean. And I don't hear Grimly yet. Oh! He missed it.
Oh, there's Grimly. That's crazy.
Was Grimly feeling nice?
Hey, Grimly, nice pants. See? It works every time.
Yeah, it always works. Yeah, Hidden Room 2 has a mirror, which I didn't know until I started speedrunning this game.
I didn't know about Hidden Room Mirror till I did max %.
That makes sense, because don't you have to get a Speedy Spirit in there?
Yeah, during the blackout. And I remember seeing it, I'm like, wait a second, there's a mirror in this room? It's so tiny! And Breaker, although I feel like I've seen Breaker before, but the Hidden Room one, that was an actual real shocker to me.
I couldn't tell if he was in the table there on Jovin's side.
I do not know.
Alright. Nice pants.
Nice pants, Grimly.
Grimly, your
Only in
eyebrows are
Calum.
looking awfully gorgeous. Okay, there we go.
Okay, we'll just have to find something else. Fool me once, shame on you.
Okay,
Fool
we
me
got a
twice, I
double
guess.
cackle. Ooh, lots. I think I've heard 2 double cackles. I could be tripping. Oh, I'm tripping.
Ooh, very unlucky. Jovin almost being able to get the Breakaboo 1 cycle there, but just not enough.
It's not set in stone. He could get the blue hits bless and only lose a few seconds there.
Blue hits plus is extremely rare, though.
HD going for the the other setup for the tech skip there. Which HD doesn't do drag strat, so you're going to get to see some different types or different ways of going about Breaker Boo. I think wall strat is more consistent, but also drag strat just takes a little bit more finesse. It's looking pretty good for HD. And yeah, you got it.
Very nice. So,
100% sure how much time that saves or loses or helps him gain back.
it's gonna kind of depend on how Attic goes for HD, assuming Jovin doesn't have like a catastrophic Attic himself. But generally speaking, HD should make up some time there because Jovin will have to clear Pipe Room now and then find the Boo. There are some interesting ways you can go about that. Obviously, you could spawn Pipe Room Boo and then actually drain its health and make it go to Weston to get it there. Or,
let's not talk about that.
yeah, sometimes that works out. By that, I mean, like, maybe once every 100 runs that would work out. But Jovin would ideally be looking for Breaker Room and Breaker Room Boo in Pipe Room once he clears that later. He's also going to have to mirror warp out of Armory instead of save warping there, where HD is going to be able to save warp from Armory.
To be honest with you, I know it's happened before. I've seen it before. I wasn't thinking about it at the time when I was racing Afro to just do the what do you call it? Go turn that valve after I checked for the Boo. And then I saw Pharaoh do that in our race today, and I was like, oh, that was smart. I should have done that. I was just like, get out of here, man. And I just kept sucking him up. I could not get him to leave. Alright, Jovin already getting dragged around. They're going all over the place, but he's just better.
Very solid there from Jovin.
Does he go
Gets
for,
what he wants.
Does he go for 6-piece on the rooftop?
I don't know.
Boston Burn, whatever we call it.
Well, the 6-piece and the Boston Burn are like two different strats. Jovin's going to go for the 6-piece here. Going to clean that one up real nice. He's going to stun these ghosts early, so I don't know if he might actually still be able to get the A-press here on this thing. He does not.
No.
If you get the setup kind of right in terms of how those elemental ghosts play with you, you might be able to press A on that ladder before the chest actually appears, and therefore you actually start walking up it sooner.
Same situation here for HD. They are all over the place.
Oh my goodness! He was just he was getting dragged around like crazy. Was able to get one, but really unlucky. That really, really, really sucks for HD. Not what he wants at all.
So Jovin's coming up on Armory, 5-piece here, and knowing Jovin, he'll make this look easy. Going ahead to... Oh, okay, so he's going to go ahead and set that up. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. See, those are things I don't consider when I am in a run.
No, I have just one little question for you, Bliss. When you went for this earlier, what was going through your head?
Nothing but straight nerves. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Damn.
But not about me. Jovin is also struggling here. Oh, that's unfortunate.
What?
So yeah, he ended up getting. And I'm not entirely sure. Oh, he missed the burn on the blue slammer or whatever he's called.
Oh, that's what it was.
And so he had to kind of improv, and it just did not work out best for him. But he is going to get a charge. That's beautiful.
Yes. I'm more shocked, actually, that Jovin was able to stun that garbage ghost before it despawned the second time, which is really, really, really unlucky. HD's also going to do the 5-piece here.
HD looking like he's got a good setup for it. He's just got to close it out and make sure he hits all of them. Really is.
Oh, he misses the grabber. No.
Yeah, but when you get at least 4 of them there, I don't know the exact number behind it or the physics behind it, but when you get all of them there except the grabber, the grabber just instantly shakes off. There's too much going on, so he doesn't. At least he doesn't break the suck up, right?
Yeah, it's still a little bit faster than Jovin's armory room that he just had, since Jovin had to pretty much just kind of improv that whole thing. HD also getting good boo RNG to bait the boo charge.
Right, but I think there was a double cackle early on there, so he needs to be really careful here. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, he definitely recognized it.
Yeah, when you get double cackles, you gotta be really aware of how many cackles you can actually afford at that point. Because if you pump one too many cackles, that boo's just gone, and there's no chance for recovering that. So HD played that very, very smart.
So Jovin
Yeah,
needs to go
almost.
for the boo first, so hopefully he does not get the... Oh, there he is. My man. My homie. And a switch, so he's definitely in there. That gives HD a little bit of time, but...
Ooh, Van Gore text. Hello. Oh, sorry, that's not Van Gore text.
Just long. Weston kind of getting out of his campfire early, but Jovin is still just too good to drop it. See how his... Ooh, I don't know if he's there.
Is he gonna get bonked? Oh, okay, he's good.
Alright, so
Very
Jovin
nice.
has caught all the boos, and he is headed up to Van Gore, and then King Boo, and he's done. I mean, I assume he goes for one cycle on King Boo either way. I'm not 100% sure. Because at this point, as long as Van Gore's clean, it pretty much should have it, right? Let's see. Okay. Good for HD there. The Jovin basically entered into Safari at 51 minutes, and I'm curious to see what that time will be for HD, because Chauncey one cycle, it honestly could come down to that being the thing that really made the difference, right?
Pretty much. I mean, like, it definitely set the pace for HD to try and play the comeback game pretty much this entire race. And HD, as best as he played, he was just getting boned left and right by some really bad boo RNG and some really rough boo switches. So
Yeah, it's
really unfortunate here. And Jovin wasn't really getting the short end of the stick majority of the time, but you know, man, I was hoping for this race to be super close, and unfortunately, things were just not working out for HD in terms of what the game was trying to give him. And you hate to see that. But yes, I'm assuming that Jovin is going to go for one cycle, and HD will also go for one cycle, since it's kind of HD's win condition to go for it. But there could be it could be interesting if Jovin were to go for it and miss it, and that could give HD a little bit of some hope and a bit of a chance to actually clutch out the win. It wouldn't be the first time in this tournament this year that somebody has clutched out a win in King Boo because there was a mistake made by the person ahead. It's happened quite a few times, at least in the last like 2 weeks, with how close these races have been. Jovin crown thefts. Could you fucking imagine? That'd be crazy if Jovin crown theft, dude. It'd be insane. I don't think either of them will crown theft. I don't think either of them could crown theft.
You
But who
yeah,
knows?
Hopefully, I don't wish crown theft on anyone, but
I don't either. worst thing. The worst thing that can happen. What's funny is I actually, for the longest time, I didn't know how you crown theft, or like just how to crown theft. Like I knew you could do it, I just didn't know how you did it. And so I remember like when I first did No Out of Bounds runs a couple years ago, and I was practicing King Boo, I just remember accidentally crown thefting, like just in practice.
So crown theft flip do is when basically King Boo is pretty low to the ground, or low enough, and if you're too close to him, Luigi can straight up grab the crown or the diamond off of his head, and it doesn't count as a completed run because you don't get the end credits.
Mario! Mario!
Well, here we go. If Jovin gets one cycle, he will get a 55.
Yes.
How common is crown thefting? Not very common. If you know how to get it, I think you can avoid that pretty easily. Like that infamous Jovin clip of him crown thefting, he just couldn't believe it because I think he couldn't believe the fact that he even allowed himself to get that. King Boo's crown plus a boss ghost.
So Jovin's going to be setting up here for one cycle. It's not easy, but there is a good RNG factor involved of where and how King Boo moves or goes. I'm going to use the Game Boy Horror right on that top spike to try to line up the vacuum.
Jovin gonna get the first insta shot there. He's gonna be dragging King Boo over to that other bomb right there, and he's gonna be shooting that once he gets gets the King Boo just around 400.
Ooh, 414 is high, man.
Yeah, and King Boo running a little bit high.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Yeah.
He knows better. He knows better than to go for that.
I
we'll stop
like
at
the call.
214. How about that? And assuming Jovin is not bad, he should be able to get this here pretty easily. I say that jokingly because he's one of the best in the world, though.
That is true, Jared, considering like it's much easier to grab it once he's actually towards the ground. It looks like Jovin's going to be done here getting a 56 flat. GG's to Jovin for getting the win. He gets the 2 cycle with the insta shots. We're going to see HD here going for 1 cycle, I believe, as well. As King Boo a little bit closer to 400, but King Boo actually gets in the way, so he's going to block that second bomb shot. HD here is just going to get King Boo's health down just a little bit. I believe at this point he'll just go for a backup 2, where basically he's just going to get both insta shots, but he's going to shoot that second one super early, and then just drain King Boo's HP off the rest of the way.
274 is kind of high. He probably still goes for the 1 cycle strat here.
Yeah, going for the backup 2, yeah. Super easy to go for the backup 2 once you get him down to at least that much. And GG's. HD getting a 56-49. So, I mean, like, man, what a crazy race. Some interesting things happened, but unfortunately for HD, the game just was not wanting to give him a break, and he tried his very best. He played really, really well, but the game just could not give him enough to bring back that Chauncey 1 cycle lead that Jovin initially got.
Welcome.
Gentlemen, welcome. GG's.
Guys.
HD, GG.
GG, Jovin. I am here to announce Jovin is no longer my friend. I hate you.
Well, you know what? Yeah, that was a run.
That was a
It
run.
sure was.
So should we? I guess this is the part where we talk about our runs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what happened What happened there in was it Armory, Jovin? Where you
Yeah, Armory.
missed the first ghost, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What even happened? I remember I had to get the mirror because was missing Breaker Boo.
You missed.
I
the
kind of went. I
flame
went
and
for
the
a
orange
backup.
ghost.
Yeah, I did. Well, no, I killed him. I missed Flame on
Oh,
the
right.
twirler, the blue twirler, and then it was kind of weird. I tried to do a backup quad and I missed, and I got grabbed right before I sucked them up. So that's what that was all about. Yeah, that was not my finest area 4. The restaurant was. I mean, there was really good moments. Like, got Chauncey 1 cycle. Area 2 was okay. I got missed ER, missed tech skip, but I played really well. Lost Tea Room Boo again. It's the second race I've done that. It's like
So
my
it was
new,
earlier
that's
this
like
year
my
that
new
that
thing
happened.
to do. Yeah, that happened my last race too. I lost that
Dang.
Boo. But yeah, I was trying to drag the Boo and I got a little too confident, and so I started moving away, and then he got away.
You
but-
lost the grip. Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Area 4 Breaker Boo was, he double cackled right at the start of the suck up, and I tried to recover it, I couldn't. So
Wow, you really almost made that work then, because Dabu left at only like 4 HP.
yeah, it was almost worked. I don't know, HD, what happened with your run?
I missed Chauncey 1 cycle. I mean, like, in the grand scheme of things, as far as mistakes go, I really don't feel like I made that many, aside from the Chauncey 1 cycle miss. And then I really don't think that I made any until Area 4. I was just getting really bad luck, in the sense that the boos kept switching on me. I was on a very bad boo timer, because a lot of them were switching on me. So that really screwed me up, and I think I heard that I lost time to Jovin in the Area 1 hallway because of that. But other than that, no, like, mistakes that I made myself, obviously Chauncey, I missed Toy Soldier double, I missed Armory 5-piece, and then obviously didn't get King Boo 1 cycle.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll do it. It's
Because I was having a conversation with Pharaoh before the race, and I was like, we're at a point now where no runner can afford to miss Chauncey 1 cycle, because 9 times out of 10 it will be the deciding factor. And who's to say if I got it in this run what I would have done differently? Like, maybe there are certain strats that I wouldn't have gone for, and I wouldn't have lost even more time.
Potentially. There's a whole bunch of different factors that could have played in terms of like actually hitting Chauncey 1 cycle. There could have been a different mentality being like,
Yeah.
this race is actually really close. Like, I don't have to go for insanely risky strats in terms of trying to make
Yeah,
up
it definitely
time.
gives you the confidence to keep your run going.
I think if we were relatively close going into King Boo together, I probably would have just gone for the 2 cycle and hoped that you missed the 1 cycle.
I was considering just going for the 2 cycle because I'm pretty sure I was guaranteed the win if I 2 cycle King
you
Boo.
were.
But I decided to go for the 1 cycle anyways, just to make it fun. So, and then I got the shot up when King Boo was at 414, and there was no way that was working. So I just did it
I
from
was
200.
worried you were just gonna keep going for it, and I was like, if he does that,
I thought
that could be
about
the
it,
difference.
but I said, no, I can't risk that. Because I knew we were, not that close, but we were somewhat close. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to finish.
And
Well,
King Boo wasn't wanting to go low either, so you were like, I'll just art bump this out.
Yeah.
So Jovin's gonna be moving into winners.
Looks like winners finals.
Pablo, and
Yeah.
HD is going down to losers round 7, which is losers semis, and he's got to wait for a few people to finish their races.
Yeah, so HD would be going up against any one of 5 different people. It could be Splazer, MacAss54, Kai, Blue Hits, or Chill Wizard. I think there's probably a solid 3 there that you'd be going up against, but it's going to be a while before we find out who it is you'll be going up against.
I'm looking forward to facing any of them, any one of those people. Can't wait. But no, I feel like this is the year that Pablo finally gets upset, dude, because I watched his race versus Red, and he didn't have that great of a run. Like, I think his run was maybe 10 seconds better than mine.
I believe so. And he lost a minute at King Boo at the end.
Anything's
Yeah.
possible.
Anything's possible. Anybody can take this.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much anybody's game at this point in terms of who's left in this tournament, or at least within the top 5 or 6. It's definitely anybody's game at this point. So it should be interesting to see how the rest of this tournament kind of plays out with that in mind.
Yeah, it's gonna be real fun.
Yeah,
We're getting
I
down
feel-
to the nitty gritty because someone said that everyone in the tournament now has a sub 1, so it's
Mhm.
anybody's game.
I think everyone in the tournament has a sub 58.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think minus Chill Wizard, you would be able to say everyone has a 56 or below, but right?
Well, we have Flauk and Skazi.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay, right. My bad. I
I think-
did not see that on the
And
bracket
Max.
here. Well, Max is a 57.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a few
Yeah,
people in there.
Flout, Skazi, and Mac, I think, are the only runners left with 57s, but, 2 more of them will probably get knocked out by the time those matches get done.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe there's a big upset coming.
Yeah, dude, maybe Mac will get the drop on Splazer.
Well, either way, boys, thanks for a good race. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it
to
was a lot of fun.
commentate.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
commentating.
Of course, anytime.
Well, other
Well-
than that, thanks to SpeedGaming again for hosting. We really
Mhm.
appreciate it.
Always great to
Absolutely.
do stuff on here. We've got no matches coming up anytime soon, but we might have some schedule. We might have a couple more scheduled within at least the next week. But as of right now, nothing's up on the schedule, so just kind of sit tight until the next one, everybody. And that's going to do it for us here. I don't think we've got anything else to add. So again, shouts to SpeedGaming. Thanks to them for letting us host these tournaments. And enjoy the rest of your Monday and have a great rest of everybody.
Thank you. Peace.
Goodbye.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.
Later.